there, welcome to Floating in Books. Today I don't have a book video for you, but I have my fall fashion haul, and I've got a lot to show you, so let me get started. So in case you're new here, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I started this channel so I could talk more about other things than just makeup, which I talk about on my main channel, which is called Floating in Dreams. And I was always already talking about style and fashion on that channel, but I really want to dedicate that one to makeup more so and sort of make this channel more lifestyle-y. So I will still be talking about books as well. That's the plan, to do like 2 book videos a month, but I also just want to talk about some of my other passions, and one of those things is fashion. So I have a fashion haul for you from the fall time. Now the last time I did a fashion haul was my spring summer haul, which I think I filmed in May, I'd say, maybe late April, early May, something around that line. So it's been a while, and I definitely didn't shop for clothes at all for like the height of summer, because I don't love summer fashion. It just doesn't really go with my vibe. Like, I'm super pale, so this summer I tend to stay indoor and try to stay cool. That's usually my plan. So summer styling, I just feel I can't do as much. But with fall, I go all out, and it's usually my more substantial haul because I like to buy some coats or maybe some shoes and like other things like that. So there is quite a bit here, so let me just get started. I'll be showing you cutaways of all of these items on as well, but nothing has been styled up yet. So sometimes I've layered pieces together just because it was convenient for the video. But I definitely want to do another styling video next month where I style some of these up and show you how I would combine these also with items that I already have in my wardrobe. Because of course, you know, there is a lot here. And a lot of that is also because I tend to shop vintage clothing, which I can find on the cheap. So that does mean that I kind of like inflate my wardrobe. I think about 1/3 of my wardrobe right now is vintage clothing. So good job for me, but yeah. So let me just start us off with what I'm wearing right now. This is actually one of my new in vintage blouses. So one of my favorite things I like to shop for vintage is a blouse. This is a short sleeved, like 90s, like I just remember this being around in the 90s so much, and it's got these really cool buttons as well, like these like swirly things. It's a very nice loose fit fabric. It's like very breathable and easy to wear. Sometimes you find vintage polyester, which is like the worst. So that's why I do like myself a bit of viscose if it's vintage, and this is definitely one of those. It's very easy and breathable, and I like that it has a longer length sleeve, so it goes down to my elbow. So it's not like a cap sleeve or anything like that, and I just like the slouchy look it has. It's got a nice deep V, and I really like the brown and red that this has. I didn't get too many shoes this time around. Usually there's like a couple of pairs of shoes, but I only really got 1 pair of shoes, and those have been on my wish list for some time. This pair of shoes is by Vamsko, that's what they're called. I believe they're Italian, and they're again one of those more sustainable shoe brands that sort of only makes things to order. And this I found in their summer sale for 40% off, and these have been on my wish list. They are really high and clunky though. If you try to walk in them like heel to toe, you're going to sound like you're wearing clogs. So you definitely need to like just put your entire foot down as you would with a high heel, just to not fall over and trip, because these boys are chunky. But I didn't really have a lot in terms of like yellow shoes, and I love myself all over, and this is giving me that really nice 90s vibes. And a lot of the leg lengths on trousers are currently going pretty long, and I'm petite. I'm only 5 feet tall, so that's why I have, of all the buttons I have here, I think I've had to shorten like most of them just so I can like wear, even with shoes like this, they still come on like full length on me. And then I have 1 more pair of shoes, but this pair isn't meant to be worn outside, at least like a normal pair of shoes. I got myself a pair of new dancing shoes. So in case you don't know, I have been dancing my entire life, and ever since I moved to Rotterdam, I have submerged myself into the swing scene. So I've been dancing Lindy Hop and Charleston, and I'm currently starting to explore things like Balboa and blues and those kind of things. So I was like, I only have 1 pair of proper Lindy shoes, and I wanted ones with a heel, so I got them by the same brand that I already owned. They're by Madame Dynamite. They're Spanish, and this yellow color had been on my wish list since before the whole situation happened. And then of course all the Lindy events shut down, and I was like, am I going to buy Lindy shoes and like not be able to wear them for 2 years? So I was like, now that classes are back, events are back, I can also break these in quite easily. But yeah, these could be worn as a regular pair of shoes if you'd like to, because these are made for dancing. But they do have a leather sole, so you can wear them out. So with some dance shoes, they have a suede sole, and it's not recommended to wear those outdoors. So you could wear these on the regular for sure, but I bought these to dance in, really. So I've already worn them to one party. I've been wearing them to most of my classes, and yeah, these are lovely. I really like the fit. You do need to break these in though. I got some coats as well. Again, not too many, because I feel my coat game is pretty on point. I was just like looking for like some particular things, and this was not something I was looking for. But currently, like bomber jackets and these sports style jackets are very much the rage. And H&M were doing this like felted kind of tartan print bomber style jacket, and I fell in love. I mean, the minute it's got a tartan checkered print, I'm happy. It's got like the R detail just to make it a bit more fun. And then we have the blue, like the navy blue, the forest green with a yellow and white stripe. I just love this. I know I'm going to be wearing this a lot this fall, and it's not too thick, so it's that perfect in-between coat. And I tend to get very warm, and this is boxy enough that if I get cold, I can just layer another sweater underneath it. So this is quite possibly going to be one of my go-to sort of coats this like fall winter season. Now this next piece is going to be difficult to show you just holding it up, but one thing I was still looking for was a good trench coat that wasn't beige. A lot of trench coats come in camel or beigey tones, and with my coloring it just doesn't go. And if it's the main feature of an outfit, I don't find it too flattering. This is in a really deep navy. In this lighting it looks black, but trust me, it's like a really intense, very dark, saturated navy, and it's a little bit waxed, so it's not fully fabric, so you just know that the rain is going to like just slide off it. It's really, really long. It's got pockets, it's got the storm flap, it's got some nice details on the wrist as well. It's got the sash to tie it together. This was from Zara. I don't buy a lot from Zara anymore, mainly because I just don't love the quality, but they can still do a good coat. So if the lighting has changed, I got a phone call, so I had to take that really quickly. But we've got some bottoms as well. So I got myself a pair of vintage Levi's 501s. Aren't these great? Like, I've been trying to find these vintage because it's just so much better than buying them new. And these are women's styles, so I already have a pair of vintage Levi's 501s, but they're the men's size, and even though they're the same size, I feel they fit differently. So maybe that's a video I can do, like styling up like different types of Levi's 501. But yeah, these are the classic 501 with the buttons down the front, and then just full length. And these are a really nice, like, good wash for the fall season. And very often when you find them vintage, there's a lot of damage in the crotch area, but these are still perfect. So I'm really happy I found these, and they're a perfect fit, which is why in all of the on shots of my top half, I'm wearing these to have a bottom to layer them against. And then I didn't get too many skirts. I have one that is a mini skirt, and this one is from And Other Stories. And this is a tweed mini skirt with pockets, which I love. And this was something I was still looking for. I was already looking for this last year. But then I think mini skirts just only started to happen, and now they're everywhere. And I still wanted a good brown, like houndstooth tweed style mini skirt, and currently still making its way to me, but I only placed the order the other day because when I placed my And Other Stories order, the blazer that matches this skirt was still out of stock. But I did order the matching blazer to see how it fits, to see if I can like wear it as a suit style thing, because I think that might be nice. And I always get And Other Stories in the larger size they offer, because they run quite small, I feel, so I always size up in And Other Stories. But yeah, this is a really nice brown tweed style mini skirt, and it's got yellow, orange, bright pink, and a bit of red, so you can definitely pair it with a lot of different things. And I also placed an order with Arket, and one of the things I bought from them is this pair of wool trousers. The color is listed as beige on the website, but now that I have it in, it looks more like a taupey brown, and that is perfect for me. And I love a good like classic, almost men's style kind of trouser, and especially in such a classic color, I was like, I can do no wrong. And these are a little bit more expensive, but they are 100% wool. So for the fall winter season, and just the way these are made is perfection. And I did have to hem these using my hemming tape trick because they were very long on me. But yeah, I was able to like make them fit really well, and now I can wear them with flat shoes and have them be a bit longer, or I can wear them with a heeled shoe, and they are a straight leg, so they are also a bit baggier, so they are more of that like now style. And then it's time for some green trousers. These are green twill trousers from H&M. These are from their Divided range, so Divided is never my favorite quality because I always feel that those items are the lesser quality from H&M. But if they do such a stunning cotton, 100% cotton pair of trousers that are a mom fit in a dark green, that are kind of like jeans, but not really, I love it. I have the exact same pair in the lilac, which I love to wear in the spring, summer season. And I felt that this could be my fall season pick, fall winter pick. And I do like to cuff this at the bottom. They're just straight leg mom jeans. They taper down a little bit. These are thinner though, so I do feel that I do need to make sure I accessorize it in the right way and wear it like a blazer or a cardigan to like hide some lumps and bumps that this does show really easily, but I love the color of this. And then also from the H&M Divided line, they were doing quite a lot of corduroy, and I did not yet own, believe it or not, a pair of corduroy dark green trousers. I do have teal, and I do have like an olivey green, but like a forest green like this, I don't have. And these are really cool because they have this like 70s like really wide leg hem to them. Again, I use my hemming tape to make these shorter because these were way too long on me, but they're very, very perfect on, and they're high-waisted as well. The whole low waist thing is not gonna go onto my body anytime soon. And I love cords in the fall winter season. I prefer them over jeans. What I also spotted from H&M is this pair of like trousers, but they are corduroy and then in this really nice beige color. So they're doing a lot of beige corduroy, and I already mentioned that I don't like beige too close up to my face, but as a bottom, I thought it could be very versatile. And the best part, it's got an elasticated waistband, which is great. It does have pockets as well, and then it just has a full line length, and these I didn't have to shorten. Of course, it is going to be a bit more difficult to wear these with flat shoes, but I plan on wearing these with like a lot of heel boots that I have, or like a very chunky shoe. And then this purchase is quite hot off the press. These are from ZARA, and one color you see a lot right now is this really bright, vibrant blue. And I've been lusting after this color in a good pant for so long, it's ridiculous. I already have this pair of pants in two other colorways. I have it in the black, and I have it in a pink and white checkerboard print, which is really fun. But now I have them in the bright blue. They're just a very classic cigarette style that isn't too long on me, which is why I love these. And finally, in bottoms, I think I have one more skirt coming up at some point, but I bought myself a pair of vintage polka dot very loose trousers. I bought these when I was in London. It's the only clothing item I picked up while I was there. They were on sale in one of my favorite vintage stores there. They've rebranded over the years, but they're still in the same location. It's just off of Brick Lane. And I always go there, and they have a bit of a sale section. So these were like, what, 10 pounds, 5 pounds? I didn't pay a lot of money for these for sure. They're not as high-waisted as I'd like them to be, but they have a really nice elasticated waistband. And for like spring, summer, these are great. I've already worn these. These have already been in the wash, and they're very comfy because they're just that perfect like summer flowy kind of fabric. So let's talk knitwear next. And knitwear, I got quite a lot of things that are new, but I also got some like vintage things. So a new one that I got is from H&M, and it's this really nice vibrant green, another very it of the moment color. And I just love this kind of green. I have several items in this kind of green in my wardrobe already, but they're like dresses or blouses, and I thought it would be nice to have that as a knit. Another shade we see a lot is like a very vibrant pink shade, and I find vibrant pink difficult to get right. So this is perfect because it's got the right level of brightness for it to go with my coloring, I feel anyways. Sometimes if pinks are just off, it doesn't look very nice on me, but this one from & Other Stories with the mock neck and a bit of a cropped style works really well. A vintage knit. This I picked up the other week. I think last week I did a bit of vintage shopping, and I just love the print of this. It has a sage green, like grayish green background, and then it's got the dark green, the orange, and the red, and I just thought it was perfect. We just have some buttons down the front, and it's just nice and lumpy, and I just love this. I already wore it yesterday, so that needs to go into the wash. During the same vintage shopping trip, I picked up this maroon argyle print sweater, and I really like the colors of this. Like the brown with the maroon and the green is just not a color combination you see a lot. This is a touch itchy and it's a little oversized, but I love tucking this in, and it has this really nice flow to it. It does have a little bit of pilling, but I personally don't mind that. Finally here we have a Sézane sweater. So I only got 2 pieces from Sézane because they are a bit more of an expensive brand, but something I was still lusting after is a good mustard yellow cardigan knot sweater, because I've been trying to replace a really old H&M one that I still wear because the color is just so perfect. But I think I found my replacement. I said this last year, but here's the thing. I got a Sézane sweater last year and something happened to it in the wash because I wasn't aware of I just wasn't careful enough. So it shrank a little bit, so I can't wear it. Like that one had buttons down the front, and I had actually bought a size too small as well, so it was already snug when I got it, and then the buttons just didn't look right anymore. I can still wear it as a cardigan though, so it's not going to go anywhere because it's perfect as a cardigan. But now I have this one, and this is their Come sweater in the like golden toned, and it's got these nice little baubles, and it does have a really nice knit to it as well. It's got mohair, which is why it looks very fluffy, but it's lovely. I also bought myself some bits from Monki, and I mainly got dresses there. I didn't buy a whole lot of dresses this time around. I definitely only buy dresses anymore if the print really interests me, and this print, it was called Stained Glass on the website, and it's really, really long. I already own a dress like this from Monki. I think I actually own 2 or 3 in like different prints because they just do this really baggy, oversized sort of dress that you need to, like there's a tie for the waist as well. And they do these different prints, and this, I just, like this is the back of it so you can see the print a bit better. I just loved it. So that dress is really comfy. I know I'll wear it loads because I wear my other Monki dresses a lot too. And then another dress I got from Monki is this really vibrant, fun 80s print. It's got the green and the pink with like, it's not quite leopard, but maybe it could be kind of dress. It's really long. Again, a style of dress I already own in a navy with like paint strokes it looks. And that one I love, and I wear it a lot in the fall winter season. It again has the sash because it is just, you know, one big lumpy thing, but this does flare out a little bit more in the middle. And that one, the stained glass one, has more of like a resort style color like this blouse has, and this button's all the way up to the front. I got some blazers too, and they're both vintage. This is a 100% wool blazer from, drumroll please, Max Mara. That's right, this is a very high-end expensive brand that is known for doing their winter coats. I wasn't aware they did blazers, but I found this at a vintage kilo sale, and I thought the color was just lovely. It is cropped, which makes it a bit weird, but I just love the color of this. I love the shoulders fit, and I think this will go perfectly with my dark red corduroy flare trousers that I bought last year. This is going to be perfect with it. The other blazer I got from the vintage kilo sale last week is this gray, is it marl? Dark gray, like really good charcoal wool blazer again with this red detail along the neckline, and it just has like 2 buttons down the front. It's got the pockets. This isn't from a name brand or anything, but I really like the fit of it. It is a bit more relaxed, it hangs a bit longer. It's definitely full length, and this is just such a good one. I don't have a lot of gray to wear as like on top of things, but I love gray and red together. That's been one of my favorite combos of all time, so this is a perfect one for me. And before we get to the remainder of the tops, I found the last bottom that I couldn't find before because it was covered in other things. It's another vintage piece. This is a skirt that I got, I think over the summertime though, because I went vintage shopping over the summertime as well. And this is one of those pieces that I picked up there. It's black with red and green and blue, and it's almost like Mondrian style kind of thing. And the fabric has this really nice, oh, you can actually see it in the sunlight. Do you see that jacquard sort of print to it? It's really fun. It just has an elasticated waistband. Those always fit. And, you know, just with a black turtleneck in the full time and like black tights, black boots, and then this fun number, you've got to look. And then some turtlenecks. So in case you are unfamiliar with my style, then you should know that in the fall winter season, a turtleneck is where it's at for me. I'm getting to the point where I need to invest a bit more in my turtlenecks though. I've got a lot of them from Monki, which are 100% cotton, so I love that. But I wanted some more wool options, and then I spotted that Arket did these merino wool turtlenecks. I got one in the gray, which is a sheer one. So I wouldn't really wear this by itself the way you see it in the video today. I would definitely have to layer something else underneath it because you can sort of see your bra through this. But this layered under a blazer or under a cardigan, I think is going to be lovely because it does have that thinner fabric. So it's perfect for layering. And then this red number, like we all know I love red. We've got some more red items coming up. So this one, I just loved. It does have these weird things that, you know, your thumb will fit into, but I thought that's so lovely to keep your hands warm. So I did size up in both of these because I was afraid they were going to be too tight. And this way I have a bit more length, so it makes for better tucking. And you can also like ruche it a bit more. So this I just love the color of. And again, it is a bit thicker than the other one, so this will cover you completely. And it's in my favorite color ever. And believe it or not, I didn't have a turtleneck yet in a bright red color. Who am I? The other bit I bought from Sézane is this, and this knit had been on my wish list all summer long. I saw this in a couple of fashion videos from some fashion YouTubers I follow. I was like, ooh, that navy cardigan is perfect because I love cardigans in the fall winter season. But I also want to not have them be too thick all the time. So I already have a thicker navy cardigan, but that I kind of wear more so like a sweater. Whereas a thinner knit cardigan, like this open knit, is just perfect if you don't want to get too hot. And so this I bought. It's the Capucine knit from Sézane. It has a buttons down the front, and I like to wear this better open than with the buttons closed. I feel it looks a bit too preppy and just not really my style with the buttons closed, but open, I think it looks perfectly. So I got corduroy trousers, but you know, when they do a bright yellow corduroy blouse at H&M, then I can't say no. I love myself a bit of corduroy in the fall winter season. This you can layer with. I mean, very much like a denim blouse or like a corduroy blouse. You can just throw it over things, over a dress, you can tuck it into jeans. It's super versatile and I love the shade. Another vintage find then, this really fun, I believe this is polyester though, but this really fun red blouse, like look at that collar. I love the collar detail of this, and that's just why I had to have it, plus the color is perfection. The other bit I got from Monki besides the two dresses is this blouse. This is a very nice 70s retro print with the orange and the blue and this really cool floral design. This looks like, you know, something you would have on your walls, like 70s wallpaper. That's what it reminds me of. This with a pair of flares, corduroy pants. I think that will be lovely. I actually have a pair of navy corduroy pants that are very wide-legged, like the green ones I just showed you. And those are actually from Monki too, but that will be a perfect match. And then from And Other Stories, this is how I actually ended up on their website. I saw on Instagram that they had their mid-season sale on. So this was actually in their sale and it was discounted. This is a wool cardigan with the golden buttons. They look a little bit like old-fashioned style buttons, and then they just have the very nice yellow shade. And I just showed you those shoes, but they're the exact same shade. And there was yellow in that mini skirt I showed you, so I tried those three things on together and I was like, That's an outfit. So guess what? When I'm gonna show you my autumn styling video, I think that's an outfit I may want to show you how I would wear that mini skirt with this sweater, and then the shoes as well that I got. And then the final piece is this vintage cardigan that I again picked up last week. It is brown. I didn't own a brown cardigan. Brown is everywhere at the moment, but it's not just brown, as you can see, because it's got the maroon and a grayish blue. It's again a mohair sweater. It is itchy, so you have to layer something underneath it. And that's why a lady who I met there actually put it back and was like, well, if you're gonna put it back, then I want this one, because this on me with my coloring and my hair, like my hair is up today, but my hair was down that day, and I think it looked really, really stunning. It is a little tired-ish, because that's usually what happens with vintage knits, that it can look really tired, but I feel that when you put it on, it still looks nice, and it has the pockets and those really nice like leather look buttons that I love as well. Nice vintage detail. And that's it. Those are all of the pieces that I got as part of my update for fall winter 2022. So yeah, then I think I have my fall winter update pretty much all ready to go. I don't plan on buying all that many other things. There is still one sweater from Sézane on my wish list. I got it in, but it was like, I wanted it to be more oversized, so I would want to size up in it. But I will be going to Paris again at the end of November. So I hope to then finally make it to a Sézane store, because the last time I was in Paris and the last time I was in London, I didn't manage to find their store before I had to leave. So now I'm going to prioritize going to a Sézane store, and then I hope they have the sweater there so I can buy it there live and like make that one of my purchases. That's the plan for sure. So yeah, thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you don't mind me also sliding in a couple of fashion videos every now and then. I don't think it will be too often, like once a month or so on this channel, and I film videos on here once a week. So if you'd like to stay tuned for more and just chat about all the other things that aren't makeup related, I hope you'd like to stay tuned, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!